Oh, I'm David Cole. Across the screen from me is Christian Cole. We are Gen X Unhinged. Hey, Christian, what do you know?
I know it's Saturday and it's a good day. It's summer now. The weather's good. Had a good morning. I went and got my breakfast and got berated by a homeless guy in the drive-through at McDonald's. And that was cool because, I pulled up there
Sure.
and I rolled my window down and you're stuck there. And the lady didn't quite get to me in time. So I got to sit there for 4 or 5 minutes. And yeah, it was pretty cool where he continued to beg me for food and money and $1. I'm like, look, dude, I use the app. I don't have any money at all, not even a nickel. And the guy was all drunk, and so I pulled up to get my food, and the lady's like, I'm like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I got this guy out there." She goes, "We're all girls here." And I'm like, "Okay." So
Ah,
I call the police. I call the police. So, they came out and Lodi cops, especially at 5:30 in the morning, we're not that big a town. They sent a SWAT team. I mean, so
they need something to
they
do.
yeah, they got him. They got him. You know what I mean? So they talked to him, and I mean, when I was on my way, I think that he was in handcuffs at that point because I think he was just drunk and homeless, and he's just a regular California citizen. He probably votes Democrat.
Well,
So
sure,
yeah,
because, most of them do.
right, right, right.
Most California citizens do.
They
So,
do.
although the tide is maybe changing.
That's
So
true.
the tide, hey, before I forget, so Drazen, I don't even know how to say her name. She's running against Kotek. That's how I've kind of gotten discouraged with this whole governor thing in Oregon. So Drazen or Drazen is how you say it.
Drazer.
Anyways, a poll came out where she's actually moved ahead of Kotek
Four
in the state of
points.
Oregon by 4 percentage points. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I was thinking, this is done. We're just gonna be the land of blue forever, and it's just gonna be sad, and business is gonna keep moving out. And who knows that it may still happen, but boy, there was a glimmer of hope there
Well,
for a minute that
and
it can
this is
happen.
the thing of it is that, and with that glimmer of hope, I've been watching a lot of videos too about Seattle. If we ever want to buy a building, you
Oh,
buy one in Portland or Seattle. Because right
yeah,
now, real estate is trading at 35 cents on the dollar. Luxury apartments are 35 cents on the dollar for what they spent 2 years ago, three
yeah,
years ago.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
I mean, hey, it's pretty sad day when you can't give away a luxury apartment in Seattle. Seattle's a beautiful city.
yeah,
Portland's a beautiful city. Eugene's a beautiful city. These are beautiful. San Francisco. These are beautiful cities and they're fun. They're good times. You know what I mean? Especially Oregon.
yeah.
Oregon cities are really cool. They really are. They're very
They
laid
are.
back.
Yeah,
Eugene was way cooler when it was full of hippies. Okay,
absolutely.
I want the hippies back. Bring me the
Yeah,
pot smoking hippies from the '60s, the free love, all that. Be anti. Listen, they were all the things the liberal party is, but they actually had a reason for being that way. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I think those hippies though have turned into the Democratic Party now. I don't know.
No,
That's
but
that
no,
may
and you
be
know what? You're right. But see, those hippies are the ones that were completely far left that are now moving more to the center. And they're not moving to
sure.
the center. They're still in the left. It's just their left is gone way left. I mean, it's
Oh, yeah.
gone out there.
Yeah.
It's gone out there. You know what I mean? So, I mean,
Yep.
but hey, we'll see, man. We'll see. It just, all we can do is keep praying and hanging in there and doing what we do. I mean, that's good news. 4 points. I mean, I don't know when the last time I've
Yeah.
ever heard of a Republican doing that in Oregon.
Exactly, exactly. And, just some little things that I noticed 'cause I'm into real estate and I like to watch real estate stuff, and so for a long time, and still it's the case, even in Eugene, buildings are empty. They're not full of tenants. That started to change.
Good.
They started to build some new buildings in Eugene. Uh, the traffic in Eugene is getting horrible. And so you start thinking, well, if all these businesses are moving out, shouldn't these people be moving out with the businesses? And that doesn't seem to be happening 'cause, Eugene's not a big town. It's got the county has 300,000, Eugene, Springfield's like 200,000, but there's traffic everywhere. Everywhere you
Right,
go, you're gonna have to sit for a minute. So,
right.
I don't know, maybe things are turning around.
Well, well,
I
I mean, people are moving there, but doesn't mean businesses are
Why?
moving there. You know what I mean? Hey, you can have 300,000 people with 300,000 buildings and then have 300 employed people, and then you have 300,000 businesses leaving. Now you just have 300,000 unemployed people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
mean, that's always a possibility, always,
and you
yeah.
take the Democrats that have been there forever that are retired, that aren't gonna move, so they're not working, they're just out driving around spending money. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. So now you have the unemployed and the retired. You really don't have a working class. I mean, that I see, I'm
Yeah,
not there, but I mean that
yeah.
that seems to make sense. I know here in California, our traffic's horrible now everywhere because they had to go back to work. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, by the way, July 1, you have to go back to work, and it was funny because I didn't really put two and two together, but I was driving home the other day at like 5 o'clock in Lodi, and, all of a sudden, there was just traffic everywhere. I mean, more traffic than I've ever seen. I'm like, "Why is there just so much traffic?" And then I realized, they said it over the radio that all state employees had to return back to work. So that means that everybody was on the roads. You don't really know how many people work from home until they're not
Yeah,
working from home.
right,
You know what I mean?
right, right.
And that was nice of Gavin. He jacked the gas prices up and then made you commute. Nice guy. Nice guy. Nice guy.
So there was a report out of Oregon, just staying on Oregon for a minute, where the Tina Kotek extended there's in, education where you do not have to pass certain tests in math, in English, and one other, and you still can graduate. So you don't essentially have to take those classes anymore. You have to get enough credits to graduate from high school, but you can take basket weaving and
Right.
gym and
Right.
band, and not that band's not a good thing, but you don't have to take these. Anyways, my point is that we're dumbing down our kids,
Right. Well,
and this isn't just black and white. This is every kid is getting dumbed down if they
no,
don't have to learn
and
this
it
stuff.
is. But see, the problem is that I read all about that too. And the problem is it's the wording that Kotek is using. I mean, the wording in the bill is that you don't have to pass these classes to help the black and brown communities further. How does that help them? Like I just
It
gotta
doesn't.
let's exclude the white. They are involved in that, but let's just exclude them for a minute. So how does you not requiring English, math, and science to the black
Science,
and
yeah.
brown community help the black and brown community? How does it help them? I mean, what you're trying what it seems to me is you're trying to create a subclass. You know what I mean? That so not so basically what's gonna happen is that they're gonna be inclusive and they're gonna include everybody. They're just gonna dumb down everybody, but they're calling
Yep,
special attention to the black and brown, which to me is inherently racist. I'm sorry, that's racist. When you say that you are gonna make it so these kids don't have to learn these things to get a high school diploma, well, they're not gonna get into college. All right. So how did you help them? You helped them do what? You
yeah,
helped them clean motel rooms. You helped them pick the fields. You helped them, and I'm not trying to be racist here. I'm just trying to say, how did you help them? You didn't help them get further education. You didn't help them be any smarter. You didn't help them advance their lives in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, and so and then you could take it even a step further. If they're not gonna be teaching these kids, why do our property taxes keep going up? Because property taxes are supposed to pay for the education. So
Right.
if they're not gonna be putting more into that, why do they keep raising the property tax?
Well, it's
I
probably
mean, it's just you
transgender
c
studies. They're trying to figure out how men can have babies. That's what they're trying to do.
that's probably true. That's
A lot of
probably
money
true.
in that.
Yeah, a
Butt
lot of
babies.
money, a
That's what
lot
they're
of
called. They're called
frustration.
butt babies. I saw that one.
Wow, I didn't know
Yeah.
that term.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. I
didn't know
saw it.
that
Hey, it was
term.
some lady talking in Congress, and they're like, yeah, butt babies. The guy was
Oh,
like, well, oh, yeah. Yeah.
wow.
I don't know.
Isn't that just poop? I don't
I, I,
Oh,
I
Ted.
don't know. I don't know. All I know is what she said. I know nothing about it. All I know is that you got a stick or you don't, and the ones without the stick cannot have a baby. They can have a baby. The ones with the stick, we can make the baby, but the ones without the stick, they can have the baby. You can't do one without the other. It's an impossibility.
Yep.
So,
Alright, let's
well,
move
just
on.
saying.
That
I
was
mean,
a f
then you
it
get
was a
rid of
fun little topic.
Y chromosome, get rid of all that crap. Just get rid of all of it. You got
'Cause it doesn't
a
matter.
bat and a ball. You got a stick and a no stick. One can't work without the
Yep,
other. It just doesn't work.
yep.
It just doesn't work.
You're right, you're right. I couldn't agree more. I mean,
Right.
it
I mean,
really is that simple.
even
It
if you
really
have
is that
it
simple.
really is. Even if you have if you get help, uterine help, like where they help you make a baby, what do they use? They use a needle with a stick to inject the sperm to the egg to have a child. Yet again, stick, no stick. All right, it doesn't change. It is that simple.
Somewhere the stick was involved.
It always has
Um,
to be. There's no other way to do it. There's no other way to do it. Whether it's a flesh stick or a needle stick, at the end of the day, you have to have a stick to have a baby. Even if you grow up in a test tube, you still have to have a stick, right? It just
yeah,
has to
yep.
happen. Just saying.
I was gonna say let's move on to something better, but what I have is talking about Graham Plattner. I don't think that's any better. I mean,
No, no, yeah.
this guy's awful. This
You
guy's
got
awful.
he can't control his stick, evidently,
Yeah, that's right.
like
He
the
needs to
rest of the
lose his
Democratic
stick.
Party. Right, right. You know what I mean? This guy,
Oh my
there's
gosh.
this whole big thing about. So I gotta tell you this. This is how funny this is. So I'm watching the other day, and so I watched this video of Plattner talking about how he's a oyster farmer, right? And
Wow.
that's how he makes his money. He's a big oyster farmer, and he's out there chucking oysters. I don't even know how you farm an oyster. I don't know anything about them. I just know they're pretty good, right? That's all I know. And I
Yeah.
fished my whole life. I know nothing about oysters. I won't even act like I do, right? So
Yep.
he's saying he's on the campaign trail. I'm doing hard work. My sea legs. I feel peace of the sea. So then he says, I go out to this marina every day. So then some reporter goes out to the marina and there's all these oyster farmers. Evidently, it's a thing. I didn't know, but they got to get them somehow, right? So,
Right.
and they talk to like 10 of these guys. They're like, yeah, I've never seen that guy out here. I've been out here. One guy said, I have been out here literally every day for the last 10 years. This is what I do. I had never seen that man. Never seen him. And it's kind of like the bass fishing community. Like when you're a
You
bass
know people.
fisherman, you know people. Especially if you go to the
Yeah.
same launch ramp every day, you're gonna see everybody every day. It's just gonna happen. You don't
Yeah.
even gotta talk to them. You might not even like them, but you're gonna see them.
It just becomes a community, whether you like
Right,
him or not.
right,
It just
right,
becomes a
right.
community.
And evidently, Grant Platter ain't part of that community. He likes to say
Evidently
he
not.
is, but he's not. He's not at all. The guy's fraud all the way through. Him and Swalwell.
Yeah.
Dude, they're
Does
all
this
just
shock you at all? Does this
no,
shock you at all? I
not at
mean,
all. Not. Do you know that these were 87 days apart? Platinum and
well,
Swalwell were 87 days apart, right after they got on the ballot. They
right
got
after
on the
they got on the
ballot, they
ballot.
got tore down. So
Yep. Yeah. I don't it's gonna be amazing to watch what the Democrat Party does now. What are they gonna do? I mean,
I
they're
just
gonna
keep
have to get
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, no, no.
Well, they're gonna have to bring somebody in, but Plattner beat all the other Democrats, so it's not like they're gonna be able to bring anybody stronger in.
No,
Uh,
no.
so, I mean, this Susan Collins in Maine, she's got to be be the front runner now. I mean, she's gonna hold her seat, and the Democrats need Maine to flip the Senate, and it's looking more and more like they're not gonna be able to flip the Senate.
But did Plattner really win?
Who knows?
I
Yeah,
know, but I mean,
exactly, who knows?
I just, you gotta think about this.
Yeah,
Okay, you know a lot of Democrats. I know like four, right? And they're usually the ones drive by flipping me off. But those are the four I know. But
it's a
anyway,
community.
it's a community. It's a community. Okay, it's a big community. So my point, my point is this: is that no real Democrat that you know, or even the ones that I get flipped off by, they're not going to vote for a guy with a Nazi tattoo. They
That's right,
can't justify it. They
that's
can't
right.
justify it. Could you imagine being a Jewish person and a Democrat and having to vote for somebody with that? You wouldn't do it.
Right.
You wouldn't do it. Yeah, it's craziness. It's craziness. And then I don't know if you know, did you see this thing about Mandami? This guy is an
No, well,
absolute
one
terrorist.
thing
No, he's an absolute terrorist. So Mandami's a mayor, right? That's what he does. He's a mayor, right?
Yep, right,
He had his cultural ambassador set up a meeting with Iran. With Iran. They don't go bring him in. They were going to chat. What the are you going to chat about? You are a
yeah,
mayor, dog. Find your home. Hey,
yeah,
stay in your lane. Run for president, please. Please do that. Is that you? Hey, but so then he releases this map of the. This even gets better. He releases this map of New York, right? Of all the
yeah,
cultural hotspots. Left out Little Italy, left out Little Greek, left out the Hispanic community, left out the Jamaican community, left out the Jewish community. These are communities that have been there since like the 1600s. Left out the
right,
Irish communities. These are all communities within this. So now there's all these hot communities, right? Egypt, Palestinian, Muslim, or all these, and none of the other races or religions or types of people are acknowledged. And the people in New York are pissed. They got this old Italian guy, and you can tell he's Italian. He's like a straight '70s gangster, and he's just like, this guy, they don't pay attention to us. You know how Italians are. Everyone's always hating
right.
on the Italians, right? I don't know. I'm not Italian, and I don't live in New York. In fact, I've never even been there. But the way these guys talk, it's like par for the course for them. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like writing a California or an Oregon map and just leaving out Portland and
Portland and
Portland and Eugene.
Salem
Yeah,
and yeah,
they don't
Eugene, yeah,
exist anymore. They're not there
yeah.
anymore. But yeah, so he's under fire. That guy's a joke. He's an absolute joke. But
But they voted him in. They
right.
voted
Well,
him
they
in.
voted, and this is
But
the
did they?
but did they? Right. But see, this is the scary part. He talks and acts like he's a president, which is kind of scary to me because he controls a very large Muslim population within the state of New York. He controls it. He's their president. So in reality, he isn't just the mayor of New York. He's almost it's like a nation within the nation. It's almost like they've taken it over, to be honest with you. Like it's like a soft coup. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
this is going to be interesting to see. It will be. It will be.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're calling for the and not what is that thing that not anti-fa, but that whatever the Muslims say about America, some word. But it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Just if as long as they stay
Yeah.
down this path.
Yeah, there's gonna have to be some cleaning house at some point. I
Yeah.
mean, you gotta think that, as long as, Trump doesn't get assassinated by Iran, everything's gonna be fine, you gotta think, so.
Right, and that's
Did you
not
see
gonna
that?
happen. Yeah, I did see that, and I gotta be honest with you, that's not gonna happen. Because there's two things in this world that end a country. One, a nuclear bomb, or two, assassinate our president. See how that works out for you. Honestly, see how that works out for you. that's a no win move. That is not that's done. Like if you were to do that, any country were to do that, they'd be done. They'd be absolutely decimated. Everything, parking lot status. That's what I believe anyway.
Well,
Eh,
I don't kn I that could be very well true, but we're not we're not at a point where we think that Iran is logical.
No, they're not
That's a
logical.
logical thought. They're not logical. They're doing
Right.
they're letting their people get killed because they won't just end a few things.
Well, yeah,
I
they want
mean,
their 12 virgins, Dave. You know, that's where they're 72. My bad. 12. Cut them short. 72. Yeah. 72. Yeah. It's just, and what are they going to do? Throw a rock? I mean, they can't even, I mean, they can't even, they have drones that literally shoot, they're like 22 bullets. I mean, I mean, what are you going to
yeah,
do? Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's like that guy in Yemen Square that stood up against that tank. It's kind of like the
yeah,
Iran army against the United States, to be honest with you. That guy did a great thing. Don't get me wrong.
he did.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying that
you're just saying that the looking at it's
the
the same look,
comparison
the
is the same.
comparison. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. So,
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're
but
right
look,
there, but
and
it's interesting to watch and see. I mean, you get you Trump took it serious enough that he got back on Air Force One because of the security in that plane instead of flying home in the plane that uh, what is it? The United Arab
the Arab
Emirates.
Emirates, right, right, right,
Yeah,
right, right,
that they gave him a new plane, and he didn't fly that one home because it's not as safe as Air Force One. So
right.
you know,
But
there's some concern there.
that is the new Air Force One, um, for the most part. But you know, that's a big ass plane. They can hide
Oh,
shit
it's
anywhere,
huge.
and I'm not talking. Listen, they don't need to put a bomb on it or anything like that. All they gotta do is hide a tracker somewhere. I mean, dude, Air Force One, we only know where it's at because they tell us when it's at there. Okay.
Right.
Other than that,
Right.
you can't even the original you can't even see Air Force One from the ground because it's painted sky blue. It could fly right over your head, and unless you heard it, you wouldn't even know it's there.
Yeah. And so, but my point is that he took it serious enough that he took that precaution. So, and that's good. I mean, I think it's good that Trump's taking
He
precautions. He's not
absolutely
being
should.
cavalier.
He
Yeah.
absolutely should.
Yeah.
He
Absolutely.
absolutely should. And I would too. You know,
Yeah.
I would too. Hey, 22 bullet
So
will kill you just as fast as any other thing. You know what I mean?
absolutely, absolutely, yeah. So the World Cup is about to enter its final week.
Yeah. Oh, I saw finals tickets have plummeted. Nobody going.
Really?
Yeah, like the ticket sales have just absolutely plummeted. I don't know the actual numbers, but I was reading it this morning that they say that the final game has just absolutely plummeted. So,
That's surprising to me. I mean,
yeah,
because it right now, the betting odds would say it's gonna be, France against Argentina. I mean, that's just those are the 2 favorite teams.
right,
But really all the teams left are I mean, there's only 5 teams left. There's a game today to knock it down to the final 4,
right.
and these 5 teams are pretty impressive.
No, they are.
Argentina yeah. Argentina almost lost. I don't know, did you see that? They were down 2 to nothing, and then, they, uh, they ended up winning 3-2. They scored 3 goals, like, in the last 12 minutes of the game. Just
That's
incredible.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, but there was some controversy there that they felt like the refs were maybe guiding the game a little bit,
It's
and,
13 to
that's what
1, Dave.
Egypt
13 to 1.
was
13 to,
13 to
it
1.
was 13 to 3. 13 to 3.
What was?
Egypt, talk about the Egypt game, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Egypt lost the game and they had 13 penalties called against them. No.
I got you.
How did that go? It was 13 to 1. One team got that committed 13 penalties and didn't get called, and the other team committed 1 or 13 and got called. But it's like some unbelievable substantial number to the point where they investigated it.
It looked biased.
You
Is
look biased.
essentially, it just looks biased.
Right, right.
Well, we've been laughing about soccer because although it's been fun and interesting to watch the games, and you can see how talented these people are, the
Absolutely.
players are, it still is a game that's just kind of they
Democratic.
make up the rules a little bit as they go. I mean, they just so in this game, Argentina is down at their goal about to score, and Egypt steals the ball, right? So
Right,
they're 100 plus yards away from their own goal. They steal the ball right bound by their goal, and then they do like a fast break in basketball, except in basketball, a fast break takes 2 seconds. In soccer, a fast break takes about 42 seconds. I
okay,
mean,
right.
there's nothing fast about it.
No,
And so they
no,
do
no.
they do this 42-second fast break, and they end up scoring, right? Egypt does. And they would have gone ahead 2-0 right then. But wait, they've got this thing called VAR where they look at stuff on the screen to see if there's a problem. And evidently there was a foul way down by Argentina's goal that happened 110 yards away from the goal and 42 seconds away from when it happened. And they're like, no goal. It's like, how do you do that? How do you do
Penalty.
that? How do you?
It's a penalty bank. They gotta bank of penalties. They just keep racking them up. Like, okay, throw that in savings, throw that in savings. If they
Yeah,
score, it's a penalty. If they
it's a
don't
penalty.
score, we didn't see shit. We didn't see
No
nothing.
problem.
Yeah, because we want
Doesn't
them to
make
get the
sense
ball.
to
Yeah,
me.
and hey, hey, it's exactly the same way Democrats vote. Same thing. Same thing. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make
All
any
right,
sense.
wait. So you're saying the Democrats have a vote bank
Yeah.
where they can just
Yeah.
pull out as many votes as they need.
That's right, and that's why Democrats like soccer so much, because it's it's never what you're watching, it's what the referee calls. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You know,
it
I mean,
is.
that's really the way it is.
And they complained because Trump called the head of FIFA or whatever it
Right,
is.
right,
It's like, what does that matter in the whole scheme of things? They're going to do what they're going to do. I mean, this is a
absolutely.
nebula. It's a great sport. It's been a lot of
It's
fun to
fun to
watch it. I've
watch.
I've
No, I
enjoyed it.
agree.
Is
I
when
enjoy it too.
well when they're as talented as these people are. I mean,
Right.
it's really fun to watch when you're looking at the best, the best, the best. I
The
mean,
best of the
some
best.
of the things some of the things they do are incredible, and so it's a lot of fun to watch. Now, when you go down and you watch your fifth grade grandkids that soccer game,
Right.
it's a little more tough. It's a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit
really
tough to watch.
absolutely, absolutely. No,
So,
and you watch these games and what's weird about it is that it's kind of a delusion because you really don't know the truth. Like, they
yeah,
went down fast break and scored a goal, but was it?
was it?
You really don't know until some guy says goal. You know what I'm saying?
Some
Like
some eye in the sky. Some eye
right,
in the sky.
right, right,
Yeah.
right. Hey, you know what? Look, that was a great kick. It was a great fast break. But 3 games ago, you slid kicked somebody. We're gonna go ahead and use that penalty now. Here's your yellow card, no goal. You know what I mean? It's like a bank. It's like a
Yeah,
bank.
yeah. Uh,
That equals to you getting a pass interference call from the first half in the fourth quarter right before you score a touchdown. It's the same thing.
exactly.
It's the exact same thing. Not, hey, no goal. You kicked that guy like 3 games ago. So, it's you never really know. You never really
Yeah.
know.
So you just have to kinda live in that world to really
Right.
enjoy
Well,
soccer. You have
I
to
don't even
just
know if you can live in the world because you really don't know what's really going on. Like your rule books are cliff notes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep,
yeah, you can't slide tackle unless the wind is blowing at 20 miles an hour to the right with a little bit of rain. You know what I mean? It's just
yep.
it's so made as you go. It's like, you know what? It's like street basketball. You know what I mean? Like, you think about street ball, it's the same way. It's not a foul until the guy's bleeding. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But in soccer, it's not a foul until the ref gets his paycheck. So, It's a win-win.
I gotta t I gotta tell you, Christian, I don't think we have ever sounded like the old man more than that conversation right there.
Well,
All you needed to do is say, "Get off my lawn." I mean,
right,
we
right,
were just
right, right.
2 old guys
Well,
complaining about this
no,
thing.
but I'm not complaining about I genuinely loved it, but it's just how funny it is to me. It's
Yeah,
like you're watching nothing. You're just watching a bunch of guys kick the ball back and forth, and then they have great plays, but you don't even know if it was a great play because you don't know if they're going to throw a foul 3 days ago. You
yep,
know, I'm just
yep, yep.
it's weird. Like, you know how mad if I was a true soccer fan and when they scored that goal and I'm running around the house, goal for like an hour, and then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, by the way, it's not a goal. Thanks for coming though. Please drive
Yeah,
through. You fouled that guy
yeah,
way over there.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, it's just yeah,
way over there.
way over there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. That's horrible. I don't care. I don't even,
Yeah,
I don't remember what. That's just horrible. That's just a bad call. I'm sorry. You just
yeah.
can't. You can't do. There should be a window, a 10-second
There
window.
has to be a window.
There has to be a window.
Exactly.
You have to put a window in there. The only
I
way this
agree.
works is you put a window in there. Say, look, if it's a foul, if it's not called within 10 seconds, it's not a foul.
I see that we think alike. And I don't know if that's an American thought. I don't know what it is, but that just seems really too reasonable right there.
Right,
Why can't they just do that? Why can't
right.
they just, make a rule so that we know what it means?
Because
Wow.
that's a rule
Anyways,
they can't
hey,
change, just like the Save Act, right? It's a rule. It's a
yeah,
rule they
exactly.
can't change. That's why they don't like it.
Yep.
That's why they don't have it. You know what I mean? Because they can't change the outcome of the goal if that rule's in place. They can't change the outcome of the elections if the Save Act's in place. It all correlate. This is why Democrats love soccer. It's all the same. Mm. Sorry.
Hey, your ammo and your gun paraphernalia and your new guns from cdpfirearmsllc.com. They sponsor our show. Check them out. Their website's awesome.
You
And
think we can work them for
remember to use
15% here?
our put Gen X Unhinged, and you can get is it 10 or
I
15%?
think it's
I don't remember.
10%, but I was
15.
thinking maybe
We'll
we
just
should
say
work them for 15.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe we
let's bump
should.
them.
Maybe we
I think we
should.
should. I think we should.
We should
I
just say
think
it.
we
We
should.
should just say it.
We'll just tell them.
No, 10%.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, and then also, we've got our Gen X Unhinged dot myshopify.com, where you can check
Okay.
out our
Absolutely.
link.
Hat, shirt. Look at We the People. I love this is
Yep,
my favorite shirt. It's great.
yep.
It's light. Yeah. So yeah.
My
Um,
son got one. He rides his out on the dunes when he goes, riding his quads. He loves it. Says it's perfect shirt for being out in the sun, but yet still being light and breezy, so
does he go to Bandon?
check it out. He goes to there's stuff out in Florence that he can go to, and
Oh, okay.
it's pretty incredible, evidently, so I
I'm gonna
guess.
have to
I've
come
never
up
been there.
there. I'm gonna have to come up there.
Yeah, yeah,
Bring the
there you go,
UTV. Be a good time. Be a good time.
there you go, there
Well,
you
I
go.
think that's about all we got, huh?
It was a good show.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank everybody. G-Man killing it as usual. Robert, you know who you are. I'm not gonna chance messing up your name again because I still can't get clarification. Hey,
You're the man, Robert.
hey, Robert, look on your Facebook, bud. There's a little thing that you can put your name and it says how to pronounce it. Put that up for me, and then us uneducated people can understand, so we don't screw it up. You know, I don't want to screw it up. So now you're just Robert or Bob. Um, but thank you so much, Robert, G-Man, all the guys, Rob. There's another Rob there too, Karen. Thank you guys all very much for your help. We are approaching 35,000 in Gen X Unhinged.
Amazing,
Adding about
amazing.
150 to 200 a day. Loving it. I wish I could post there. Still not there. Still not verified. Still not human. But thank you guys all for joining us. God bless us all. Say a prayer for our country and that our president stays safe. And God bless all of our military and God bless the U.S.
God bless America. Thanks for joining us.
Voter ID is too valuable to leave to the Democrats. We must pass the Voter ID Act as soon as possible. Tell the Senate to get off their ass and do their job. E-Man Production Group is going to do everything in our power to remind Congress to pass the Voter ID Act. We will use facts and humor in our videos. We ask that after watching our videos, if you agree with them, share them on every conservative website that you remember of. We have to spread the word. We have to motivate our members to pass the Voter ID Act. We at G-Man Production Group appreciate your participation and membership.
And may God bless you and this country.
Thank you.
Gen X Unhinged. Get your bling now. Looking for quality, performance, and reliability? Look no further than CDP Firearms, LLC. Whether it's customized AR-15 parts, premium optics, or specialized ammunition, we have the gear to upgrade your shooting experience. We pride ourselves on providing top-notch products with expert-friendly service that you can trust. Visit us online at cdpfirearmsllc.com. CDP Firearms. Gen X Unhinged is sponsored by cdpfirearmsllc.com. Gen X Unhinged is a weekly podcast hosted by Christian Cole and David Cole. Join us online at genxunhinged.com, on Facebook at Gen X Unhinged Group, or download on Apple, Spotify, or Amazon Podcast.